Hello, I'm Diane. Welcome to my channel, Diane in Stitches. On this channel I'll be talking all about my sewing exploits, what I've made, what I'm going to make, and hopefully you'll learn some hints and tips along the way. So I do hope you enjoy watching the videos and that you'll stick around and come again. So today I'm wearing another Ellie and Mac going home sweater. This was the first one I made, and this was the one I made. When I made it, the cuffs were twice as long as this, and they were too long. So the other one I had on last week, I made without the cuffs, and that was too short. But what I've done with this one, I actually removed a bit of the seam just to bring the cuff in a bit, and it's taken a little bit off the sleeve and the cuff, and it's made it a little bit more wearable without hanging over my hands. And this was in a French Terry that I got from Northern Monkey Makes some time ago, and I managed to get 3 garments out of this and the toning blue French Terry as well. I did a Harper cardigan, and the first item I made was the Ellie and Mac cuddle tunic, which I've hardly worn. I don't know why. It's a bit long, it's a bit bulky and oversized, but anyway. So this week I managed, if you've seen my Instagram page, I did manage to finish my second Donny shirt in this fabric that I got last year, which was in a Beyond the Pink Door subscription box, one-off box that I bought. I don't do a subscription anything. I mean, this was when I opened the box, I was thinking, oh dear, not, because I've seen lots of unboxings and they all look very nice, and you think, oh, we should have ordered that one, wish I'd have got that one. But that's the risk with the subscription boxes. That's why I won't do them, because I can guarantee that I'll open the box and think, what a waste of money. So I thought I'd just take the risk. It was my birthday last year, 2024. So I decided to just treat myself. I was a bit underwhelmed with the box, actually. It was the one where they put a travel mug in, and then there was a zip to go with the fabric. There was 2.5 meters of this Nerida Hansen, it's called Floral Fest, cotton poplin, and then the cotton, the thread, Gutterman thread with it, a zip, assuming you were going to make a dress, 22-inch zip, a tea bag, and then this travel mug. I suppose it was okay. As I say, it's not something I would do on a regular basis, but the camera seems to be following me. I'm going to explain about this gimbal, but it shouldn't be following me because I'm on my camera on my phone, and I've not got the app open, so I don't know why it's going to follow me, but I'll try and figure something out. So I think I figured out what might have gone wrong there, but I'll start again with the shirt. So this is the Donny, my second Donny that I made in the this Nerida Hansen cotton poplin, and it really does feel lovely on. And I'll put some pictures and a video on. I have styled it with the shorts that I made in the vintage red denim, and with the blue Easy Does It skirt from Pattern Emporium, and I think it looks quite nice with either. What I've done with this one is as you might remember from the previous one, I only had 1 meter of fabric, so I was really struggling to get it all in with, you know, the length. I was worried about the length, but it was okay in the end. I did the hem with a bias binding, so I managed to, obviously, because I've got so much fabric, I did lengthen the pattern piece by 1 inch in the body, and I also had a go at raising this V-point a little bit as well, probably might be about 1 inch or thereabouts. It doesn't seem that different. I wasn't really that concerned about the length, the depth of the first Donny, but I do quite like this one. It comes up nicely, and I've managed. I did a hem. I only did a narrow hem. You're supposed to do a centimetre and then another centimetre, and I just overlocked the edge and just turned it up, probably barely 1 centimetre, and it's come out. It's probably a similar length to the silk one I made, and but I think that's very nice. I'm quite happy with that. It feels nice. And as I say, it looks nice with the shorts and the skirt, and probably it'll go with, I don't know, jeans. I have got some ready-to-wear jeans, but I have got some fabric to make some at some point. But whether I won't get them done now, because as I say, we go on holiday next week tomorrow, we will be going on holiday. So once I've done my next project, that's it. I think I won't be trying to cram in any more, because during next week we'll start packing and getting all our bits and bobs together for the holiday. You have to. I'm a bit throaty this week. I started at the weekend with a sore throat, and it got me a little bit concerned, because that's both times that I've had COVID. It started with a sore throat, scratchy throat, and I couldn't swallow. And I did have a scare a few months ago where I started with this sore throat, and I thought, oh, here we go, which never came to anything. But all I've had this time is this sore throat and croakiness for about 3 or 4 days now, I think. Well, most of the week, actually. So I don't think it's... We have got some tests, but I don't know, there's no requirement to test these days. But last time I did do a test, my temperature was up a little bit a few days ago, but it's fine now. But I've just still got this croakiness, so you'll have to excuse me croaking. So anyway, back to the Donny shirt. The Donny shirt comes in sizes XS to 7X, and that is a bust of... The XS is 32 to 33, and the 7X is a bust of 59 to 60 inches, that is. Now my size, I did a medium, didn't do any, it's literally box, it's 44 inches all the way down around. So I just did the medium, which is the size I fall into. I probably could have got away with a small, because that comes at 42, I think, the total finished garment measurements. But I think that would be a bit of a struggle. With there being no fastenings, I think that would probably be a bit of a struggle getting on and off. So I'm happy with the medium. So I'm quite happy with that. So the next thing I'm on with now is this a shirt for Keith, which... I'd asked him if he wanted a shirt for the holiday, and he said, go on then, as you do. So this is the shirt I make, which this will be the 4th one I've made. The quick sew 3422. Do the short sleeve one. He's had a few, one that was quite normal, blue with little white spots, and then he had 2 very tropical design ones. So this is we went to Birmingham last year. It's in a cotton. This is the piece. This is the yoke piece. A cotton, 100% cotton. And it's quite a shifty cotton. And I was trying to match up all the dots, keep them straight. I haven't really pattern matched as such. Here we are. Here we go again. That's the hand signal. It shouldn't be doing that without. I didn't think it should be doing that without the app. So it's when I hold my hand, I'm going to have to stop holding my hand up, because that's a signal to track your movements. So anyway, we're back to normal now. So I've got the this fabric is a double-sided one. So I think I'm going to do the inside yoke with this facing out, and the rest of the shirt will obviously be the dark side out. And then I'm going to put the inner collar stand in the reverse colorway. So I'll try and get that done. Well, I'll start it probably later today, or maybe over the weekend. So slowly my stash, because as I said, we bought this last year, so my stash is slowly getting there, and I'm resisting. Apart from the fabrics I bought last week from a birthday voucher from Keith's sister, I have been good and I've not bought any fabrics. So I'm slowly getting down my stash, and I thought a good exercise, I need to go through what I've got and count how many pieces I've got. And I know my stash isn't anything compared to some people's, but I've got some various figures here. I've divided them into, I've stopped my hand gestures, divided them into the summer weights, or summer fabrics, and winter fabrics. And the summer ones, which consist of some cottons and some cotton lycras, and also that I bought a duvet cover last year from IKEA. But not including the duvet cover, I've got 15 summer fabrics. And then the other ones I've got are winter, sort of got some more fleecy back fabrics, and some more cotton lycras, but for making a long sleeve t-shirt. So I've classed them as winter. And I've got 7 items of fabric, plus some swim fabric that I bought last year, which I was going to make, and I'm not going to get that done for my holiday now. So that consists of a main outer fabric, a lining fabric, and the power mesh lining. And then I've also got 4 lots of ribbing, one of which goes with one of the fabrics that I got last week from the vouchers I had for my birthday. So 7 items plus the swim fabric plus 4 ribbing. And then, because I haven't got room in these bins, I've got underneath this table, there's my remnant bin box, and on the top of that I've got the fabrics that won't fit in the other boxes. I've got the large amount of the green wool that I got from Fabworks, and the matching lining, which I was going to make my coat with last year, or this year earlier. I've got another wool fabric from Fabworks for a coat, which was one of their fabrics of the month offers. It was very, very well priced. And then I've got the faux suede and the stretch denim that I got from the little shop in Chesterfield. I've got 2 lots of fabric over 3 meters each, which one is a wool suiting, and one I don't know what the composition is because it doesn't say on it, but I know one of them says on the selvage that it's wool, 100% wool, a fine suit weight fabric. They were from a charity shop. And then I've got a small amount of a wool blend fabric from Sherwood's, which was a dead stock, and I just got a metre of that, and that I'm thinking of that for maybe a waistcoat. So 7 fabrics of that, 7 on the winter, 15 on the bottom, so 29 fabrics altogether, plus the duvet cover and the swim fabrics and the the 4 lots of ribbing. So I haven't got a huge amount, so I don't know how long that's going to take me to get through, but I'm on the shirt I'm doing now is garment 11 so far this year. So who knows? We'll see how I get on using more up when I get back from the holiday. So yeah, that's about the size of it. Now I explained, I think I showed you this gimbal last week and took it open and didn't know what to do because I hadn't read the instructions at that point. So I'm just trying it out for this purposes, just to see how it behaves. And it's got, as I said, this tracking. It shouldn't be doing it now. But I tried it outside the other day. I was trying to actually film my Donny Shirt with my and I thought I'd go with the various bottom halves, and I thought I'd go into the garden because it was a lovely day. And when I played back the video, it was all a bit jerky and strange, and I thought, oh, this is not right. And I had a look online, because the thing was, I've got an Android phone, and it wasn't listed as one of the recommended phones on their list. There was hundreds of them, and there was one of my brand, but it was a different model. It's an Honor, Honor phone. I only bought it at the beginning of the year, but it's a 200 Smart, and they're listed everything on a 200 Pro except the Smart. And I contacted them on the online chat, and she said, well, we can't guarantee. She went off and asked somebody, and she came back and said she couldn't guarantee that it would be compatible with the app that you download from the DJI site. So I'd already downloaded the app just to try it out, but obviously I didn't know how it worked without having I hadn't ordered the gimbal at that point. So she said it couldn't be guaranteed with it, so I said, oh, fair enough. So I think that may be part of the problem, is that my phone hasn't been tested with the app. Now I can use my normal telephone camera, but most of the buttons on the gimbal won't work. I can use the shutter button, and I think that's about it. So this is why I was confused why it was starting to track me, because I've even got the gesture control turned off, and I'm on my mobile camera rather than the app camera. And it's all been a bit of a learning curve. But someone said on a forum they were having the same trouble. In fact, there was a YouTube video as well where somebody using an iPhone who was having trouble with an earlier gimbal model. I think it was the 6. This is a 7P. With a juddery video playback, and their solution was turning down the frame rate and the resolution, just reducing the frame rate of how it records the video. And then another on the forum said to you would have to just use connect your camera, your phone to the gimbal via the Bluetooth, disregard the app, and you would only be able to use the shutter button because none of the other buttons would work. Now I think the pan this button works as like a jog button to alter the angle. That's working. I think, and I did try this button earlier, and it swings from horizontal to vertical. I'm having a real fun time playing with this thing, but I was just a little bit miffed at this jerky video. So I really hope that this comes out okay, because I've reduced the capture frame rate and the resolution. So we can only just hope and see and pray what's going to happen. So I think that's all I've got this week. So I'm going to just get on with Keith's blouse shirt. And talking of blouses, I have absolutely decided I won't be entering the Sew April blouse. I'm sure the Donny doesn't class as a blouse. It's not got enough fancy features on it for a blouse, even though it's called a shirt, but it's not really. There's no button up on it. But anyway, I've disregarded that challenge now, so we'll see. Anyway, so I'll call that another day, another week, and I think that's all I've got to mention now. If I get this throat, we'll need a drink. So once again, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and thank you again for the subscribing, people who have subscribed. We're getting up to well, over 300 now, so that's all very good. So thank you again if you have subscribed. Thanks for watching, thanks for commenting. I do like to see your comments, and if you haven't subscribed, it doesn't cost you anything, so please do consider it, and it just helps the channel to get seen by other people as well who may be interested in sewing content. And have a lovely weekend, everybody, and get some nice sewing done. And hopefully I might get another video in towards the end of the week prior to our going away. Whether I'll get anything done or not on the holiday, I don't know, because I'm not very au fait with editing on the phone or upload. I know that the app has a bit of an editing and composition thing. I haven't even gone down that route just yet, so whether it'll just be a matter of me just taking some video or some shots, some photos, and then doing it all when I get back and doing a holiday review type video, I don't know, but we shall see. So I'll try and get in before we go away. I'll try and get one more video in, possibly. So if I don't see you, then I'll see you in a few weeks' time. But take care, everyone, and happy sewing, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.